Ciao. Okay, let me give y'all some little tunes, some little intro tunes. We'll be talking love tonight. Come on in the room. Okay, let me see. Hey y'all, what's up? Hey everybody. We back with another episode of the Matrimony Dating Show. Um, Tonight we have a guest, so she's gonna be coming in a minute, but we are talking about. I'm sorry, I'm trying to like share stuff and do all kind of things. We talk about finding love after a divorce tonight. Our guest Ray Rose tonight. She was married, now divorced, and has a new partner, a new baby. So we're going to talk about a few things, dating with children and finding love after divorce. And she's just going to kind of talk about like herself, her story. Y'all know how I get down. I believe in love around these parts. And I believe that I just want to bring more awareness to not everybody don't have to be, a dog eat dog world, that type of thing. We can show real love in these internet streets. People be scared to do so, but it's okay. We live. Okay. Hey, Kia girl. I love seeing your work. Thank you, Kiana. You missed last week, Kia. Last week. Oh no, last week we didn't go live. We went live the week before that. And Rashay was our guest. So we talked about getting in a relationship in under 60 days. And okay, there she go. Oh, I didn't even have to do nothing. I must already sent the request. Oh yeah, the last show. Hey girl. I don't know why, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can y'all hear her? Oh wait, say something.
Oh, I can hear now.
Okay. I hear you now too. I probably should have put my AirPod in. That's kind of smart.
Girl, I'm sitting here, baby, cause oh, I can't do it. You can't connect this to your earpod in. Oh, yes.
You said you can't. It's frozen.
Oh, I can hear you. Okay. Child learned how to do my hair before I came up on here. Things ain't working as they planned. And I'm a little sick.
Girl, it's okay, honey. You see me. I do not care. I'll pop up on here with this hat on, this little in a minute. Little hair and a little ball and won't care.
Girl.
I watched that. It was a good one. Okay, I'm excited. Yes. We haven't went live together in a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been over a year for sure.
What?
Yes.
Oh, dang. Yeah. It's coming up on the 1 year anniversary. Well, not, well, kind of, when we had our event.
Yep.
And I was just like so irritated that weekend. And like literally, it was like 2 weekends later, I found out I was pregnant. I was like,
Dang,
oh, that
for
probably is
real?
wild. I thought I was pregnant, Janavi. Out there in the parking lot with Tori taking shots of liquor.
Exactly. Right. I did not know you found out that soon after that.
I was like, oh, wow. Yup.
This is why.
Yup.
Okay.
Baby was swimming.
Let me put this down. All right, that should be good. So, I gotta figure out a little way or something, something catchy to start off the show. Like, I don't want to just tell my guest, all right, y'all, this is my guest. Introduce yourself. Like,
I mean, you'll find it as you go. I don't know. This your lane for real.
girl, I just
Normally, I
don't.
got advice, but this is your lane for real.
Send me advice, child. I'll be taking advice. Don't act like that. You know I do. Cut my phone on. Do not disturb. Okay, so Tonight I told y'all what topics we're gonna be talking about. Last week we talked about finding love in under 60 days. Tonight we talking about life after divorce.
Oh, that was Rob. Rob found love in under 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. I need to go watch hers just in case. I need to go back off playing. Okay.
You get on my nerves.
Okay. Don't know why.
Yep.
So let me stop.
That's what we talked about last show. Not last week. Last show we talked about that. So this week we got Ray Rose in the building. And I'm gonna let you, introduce yourself, tell us a little backstory about who you are, and then we're gonna get right into it.
Girl. Well, right now, I'm a mother of a newborn who just consuming my new life. But now I'm just a creative, a digital creator, a community creator, just a realist. I really don't have, you know me, I don't have no like title per se. I'm just a real person that supports real things, and that's it. A digital, lane wise, I like creating. So
Not necessarily what you do, because a lot of people
okay.
take that and think, like, what is it I do? But just like who you are, like
Oh
who
yeah,
you are, you're a mom,
real ass motherfucker. You know what I'm
you're a
saying? I'm just a
friend,
real ass, a sister,
right?
an advocate, a voice. Um, you know, I'm a full human. I'm very open, very complex. Like, I don't know. I just really love this life shit, this experience shit, and just really trying to like embrace it and enjoy the experience of it, and not try to. And some people like for not take it too serious.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like for real, I'm like a wanderer. Like I'm just out here. I'm just out here. I feel like that's my lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, girl. Okay, so y'all know we're talking about life after a divorce and finding love after a divorce.
Yeah.
So take us back, take us back, take us back
Oh my
to.
gosh.
We're gonna make you go down memory lane a little bit today.
And it's crazy. I don't know. It's so crazy. I never thought I would get divorced when I got married. Like I never had intentions of being divorced. I was one of those people who, thought I was doing it the right way. Like they get married, then like they get engaged, get married, then have children, and I was on that path. And
How old were you?
so 24.
Mm-hmm.
So I was 24 years old, and I met my ex husband, now, but my husband at the time, I met him in Kuwait, overseas. And this is just my journey, my experience. I'm not giving no rules, but I was very, very like religious at the time. And even then, when I was religious, back then, I would be like, "Oh, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual." But looking back, I'm like, "Girl, you was religious still, okay?" Like, get out of here. You was religious. So I was super religious. So, and I also was a person who always believed in monogamy and believed in like commitment and partnership. People who know me from high school always know me from being with one person. So I had like a high school sweetheart for like 5 years, and then me and him broke up, and then I met Sean, who became my husband, who became my ex-husband. So, um, yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful way how we met. I still believe it was like fate and divine, crazy. I still believe it was meant to be, and I still believe that I was supposed to marry him and have children, and I also still believe I was supposed to divorce him as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. So you were 24, you were young when you got married. How old were you when y'all got to the point where you feel like y'all just had to separate and call it quits?
I don't know. I be forgetting how old I am for real. I don't know if other people forget, But like I'm 30 now, so I turned 30 last year in 2022. So we finally called it quits in 2019, 2020.
Okay.
Um, we were back and forth, and we wasn't back and forth like relationship wise, but we was just back and forth like, do we want to be friends? Because we had got to the point where like we just could not stand each other. Like anytime we was around each other, we was arguing, we was fighting. So it was like, do we even want to be friends? And we had gotten cool, we had gotten cordial, and I really, really wanted to move to Houston, and I wanted to start my life over, but I knew that I needed help from my children's father. So I was like, look, we can still divorce, whatever, but like, let's both move to Texas and, take care of the kids type. And we flew out to Texas together that weekend, had a full fun weekend, went to a baseball game. Like it was the best baby mama, baby daddy trip. And after that, I did some meditation and it was like, nope, you ain't supposed to be doing that with him. Like you gotta cut that all the way off. So that's when I decided, and I just had to let him know, like, even though this would be good for me, like I'm playing myself short. And
Life just works like so full circle because I don't even think I ever knew that.
yeah, and that was in 2020, and here I am now in 2023, and I live in Houston.
Right. That's what I'm like, dang. Okay.
That was the weekend. I don't know if you remember, but I had blonde braids. I had blonde
Mm-hmm.
braids. Um, and that's when I was in my feeling my girl era, right? That's when I was feeling myself then. So that's before. And literally I flew out to Houston in May, and literally I met Dez like 2 months after that.
Okay, so since we're here, we're talking about it already. How was that transition going from separating with your husband, your now ex-husband, separating, and then meeting somebody new and like starting something new?
Okay, so it was dramatic and it was crazy, but I'm gonna give like real ass advice. That is because I'm always up under somebody. Like for real, for real. I don't recommend that. Like honestly, I don't think it's therapeutic. I don't think it's like healing wise. Now looking back, I feel like I should have did more like self time, and not even when it came to meeting Des, because there were plenty of people between like when I finally called it off from Sean and then meeting Des, there was a few romances in between, and they were gorgeous experiences. But I do not feel like I still gave myself like enough time, and
Enough time to like be with yourself.
enough time to be with myself, enough time to like mourn, grieve, like enough time to like truly process, because my story is so different. Because and this is where like society and like this is just really where you have to like I guess like have a solid tribe. I can't say it. I don't know, I just got into the story. But like when me and Shine, how me and Shine blew up, how it ended was I found out he was having an affair. I found out he was cheating on me, which was just like so crazy. And I would never forget that I prayed, right, which is why I will always believe in a God. I prayed and I was like, I'm ready for things to be revealed. Like I'm ready for my eyes to see what's up. And later on that night, his phone died, and when I put it on the charger, or my phone died, and I grabbed his phone to call my mom back, and I got a phone, the messages they like right there, and I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? And it was just like more. It was just like digging a hole. Like you like, damn, like when you gonna get to the bottom? Like it was just more stuff coming, more stuff coming, more stuff coming, more stuff coming. And I was so traumatized, like, because I never thought like I'm a real ass bitch. So I'm thinking I only fuck with real ass niggas. And I'm like, oh, this is some like this some shit I'm not used to. Like you know me? Like right, big right? Like, you
I
don't
know
know who
that's
I am.
right.
Like, you're not from my city. You don't know, like, I've never been cheated on. I didn't even know I could get cheated
Girl,
on. Like, for real, that
and
shit
when
was
that
like,
feeling comes, you'll be like,
oh,
yeah,
I'm a regular bitch.
oh, I'm one of them. Hold on.
That's when you really have to learn, like, and that shit fucked me up so bad. Like, I went through an identity crisis. Like, I was like, because like I went from literally like no cap, like just middle school, high school, like being known for being a pretty girl, like just and really like giving niggas the cold shoulder. Like,
Yeah.
nobody really knew what Raven was on, and I really was loyal to one person. Like, everybody was like, Raven in love with Zay, Raven in love with Zay. And like, when I met Sean, I'm just like, oh, you had to be somebody to get me off him, because like I was not getting up off him, and for you to cheat on somebody,
Okay.
like, and I done had 2 kids. I was devastated, y'all. I was devastated. And in my state of trauma, I mean, I remember I blasted that nigga on social media, all type of shit, just devastated. And in my state of trauma, I just ran into other people's arms. And I feel like when you are very, very like going through something traumatizing, you have to run into a safe space. Because if you just run into anybody who's willing to accept you, you can run into predators. And eventually that's what happened to me. I was preyed upon during a very vulnerable time, and I ended up being sexually assaulted. So I just felt like I was like getting my ass beat. I was like, oh, life is like beating me the fuck up. Like, I felt like I was getting drugged. Um, and I still wanted him back because I just did not want to be lonely. Like, especially after the sexual assault, I was just like, oh, you definitely can't leave me now. So, but now looking back, I'm like, man, bro, you should have just got into some intense therapy, bro. Like, you should have just, but like, we don't have like the tools. Like, nobody tells you, like, nobody even makes it seem like divorce and like breaking up is like major traumas. Like, they just make it seem like, oh, fuck that nigga, you off that nigga. But it's like, you plan your life with people.
Yeah.
You thinking like
That's big.
we locked in. Yeah, like, and to find out somebody is deceiving you, and then, you know, all the terms now like gaslighting and manipulation, man, it was just a traumatizing time. So I do feel like I should have gave myself more time to like process that. But I also feel like you're not supposed to heal alone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you are supposed to have some people who are supposed to be around you to help you heal.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the person, but yeah. But I did have guys who were in between me needing this that I felt like was practice, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were gentle enough with me. So it was just really dating, or guys who did not desire monogamy, who still wanted to like entertain me, but they would like help me practice like how to communicate my needs. Because if you're in a relationship and you've never done those things before, that shit do not come natural. You have to learn how to speak up for yourself, how to communicate your needs, how to relax during the orgasm. I mean, the list is long on what you have to learn how to do that you don't know how to do if you're in certain type of relationships. In my first relationship, which was my marriage, it was just not a real, I don't want to say it was not a real relationship, but it was not what neither party deserved. It was really off of a lot of religion, like, you know, like, and that's why I'm like, now I see things totally different. I see things totally different, because instead of praying for that nigga, I would let that nigga go the first time.
I understand. So, how was the transition of merging lives with someone after being divorced? So, like, you met Des, y'all started getting serious. You already had 2 kids.
2 kids.
How was the transition of like merging lives with somebody and figuring out like, okay, you're my partner, like in the midst of still, you know, going through your different dating experiences?
Okay, so one thing I always did, I always fucked up. So like, any nigga I was fucking on, I just made a list. Like, all right, any person I'm dealing with, sexually, instantly, they gotta be able to be these things for me. Like, and it could be, you at least gotta be able to come through when I call. I had to give myself some type of standard, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met Des, I just kind of told him like what I was very explicit on what I wanted from my life and what I didn't want. So I'm like, look, I ain't trying to be caught up in this because I done did those things before. But this is what I want for me and my children
Mm-hmm.
because they're with me. But Dad didn't really give me no time. Like he kind of just snatched me up. Like he didn't really give me no time. He was, and from his point of view, which I didn't notice till of course we got together. But he was like, man, I've been like looking at you for like a few months. Like I watched your statuses, so I knew you had children. So I didn't have to like do a lot of explaining. I'm like, I got two kids, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then once we decided to make it official, whatever, we didn't waste no time like merging our lives. Like
How did
he
that
was from
process
Houston.
work? This
Girl,
making it
very
official and merging lives. Cause you know what I'm saying? I'm in these streets and it's like, let me
our
stop.
shit was not it was not normal at all. He
Mm-hmm.
was just like
I think it's good to bring to the light because everybody's normal
everybody
isn't
think it's
normal.
supposed to be normal. Okay.
Yeah.
He literally was just like I was like, well, at first I was looking at trying to move to Houston, and it was just like too many pieces to try to figure out. And then he was like, "It'd probably just be better if I moved to South Carolina." And I was like, "You would do that for me?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then like literally, like he wasn't even working at the time, so he was a broke nigga. Fucking stuff. He
You kill
wasn't.
my nerves.
He
Don't
was.
play with my boy.
Don't play with the boy. He wasn't even working at the time. But I'm telling you, all things work out. It wasn't even working at the time, so I was like, I think I bought the one way flight, and he came and like he flew in on a Friday, and then like literally the next Saturday, he started working for FedEx, and like now he works for FedEx for like making making way more money. So it was really like a come stay down till you come up type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he was just like, yeah, I moved. Like, and I was just so in shock.
Yeah,
But
because that's
like,
big energy.
no, he really was. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why, like, but that's why for dudes listening, if you're going to come in on some big dick energy, you got to stay on that energy. Niggas, we want to come in on big dick energy and then a year in, they want to be on little dick energy. And then they want you to take that. But it's like, baby,
This
I'm now
ain't
used
how
to
we
this.
started.
If you gonna come
Don't
in
get me
swinging, baby,
amped up a certain type
you
of way to
gotta
start.
keep
You
the
better keep.
momentum, okay? Like,
Thanks.
so it was. He definitely did. He was just like literally. He flew in, and then we just started like doing life together, and it was beautiful. Like it was beautiful. I mean, it really flowed in South Carolina. It really flowed. We just worked as a team. The kids sister him. He loves the children. Me and my kid's father. Like I told him what was up. Like I was like I didn't feel like I had to tell him a lot because we don't share like equal amounts of co-parenting. And
Mm-hmm.
but we let me see. He also see me as like because we don't have these talks. So he'll be like, I mean, I know that you ain't gonna bring just anybody around my kids. So like, you really gotta explain yourself. Like, so I don't have to like, oh, you need to meet so and so before you around my kids. I don't gotta do all that shit because not to sound like that, but these my kids. Like I put in all the work for them, but I do show a common courtesy. But my children's father is my ex husband. He was just like, I already know how you are about the kids. So like, I don't have to meet nobody. If they good with you, they good with me type. So he just came in on that, and it was like that. But like I said, before I even met this anybody in my life, if it was even just a friend who I was like casually dating, because I have my children all the time, my children are in the capacity of that. I just introduce it like this is my friend, no different than I have homegirl.
Mm-hmm.
Because if behind the scene I'm fucking my homegirl, like my kids ain't gonna know that. My kids ain't up in my room. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
the same thing. So if you see somebody coming over here bringing food or somebody coming over here bringing mommy food, or helping clean up or dropping stuff off to the house. That's just mommy's friend. And
Mhm.
that's how my children, but that's just how I want to raise my children, and to teach them community, that like families look different, friendships look different, expectations look different for different people, because that's just real reality, like real reality. And I think a lot of moms get caught up on like the semantics of things, of like, if you're dating somebody consistently, like they're in your life, even if they're not like your boyfriend, but y'all are going out, that person, you should start to view them as a friend. And if you are viewing them as a friend, just like how homegirl, like, I think detaching yourself from the outcome, and I did that even with Dez. Like when I met Dez, it wasn't like, oh, you my nigga, we gonna get married, you mine. It was like, wow, my soul is on fire, like with you. Like, I just love what this is. I want more of it. And it was the same thing with him. Like, I want more of what this was. And then we just figured it out as it went. I feel like with dating, you got to do that. And it ain't always the first, second experience. And sometimes it's like that fire goes out and you be like, you know what? I don't want no more of this. And I feel like we have to learn how to be like, and that is okay.
Mhm.
And I learned how to do that. And I did not know how to do that prior to, in my past relationships. I thought we were supposed to stay with each other until we hated each other, because that's what people say. Till death do us part. But I don't want to live that type of life
Oh,
no more.
right, I feel you. Don't introduce us to somebody you can't maintain facts. So since you're talking about the fire, I had a question that's kind of like, being that you have kids and you have a new child, you have a partner that's still in the new stages. Wouldn't you consider that still new? Y'all been together for
No,
how long?
it is definitely still no.
Yeah.
Like 2 years. Going on 2 years.
So how do you keep the spice in your relationship when having to still be a mom, still be a partner, still be yourself, do things for yourself so that you can still feel like full? How do you maintain and keep things like fresh in your relationship?
Um, we're definitely in a very new like trend, in a very new phase, like, because this is his first kid and this is my third child, and then like he's in a new position at his job, and then like I'm in a whole new city and stay away from my girls, my tribe. Um, so in this transition, this has been the first time where I felt like I had to work to keep the spark, kind of since we met, like keep
Mm-hmm.
things interesting. But one thing I can say is like Des, like learning your love languages or whatever, like Des is a physical touch person. He's a touch it. I ain't really on it. Like I just
Girl, girl, I feel you.
like he bad, like that really be me, but like so I be trying to like just
Hey, Miss Diana.
remind myself of his love languages and his needs. And I'm more of like an intellectual person. Like you and all this kissing, but you ain't asked me like what's going on in my world.
That's
Like
girl. Like, why you ain't ask me like, how's my day been? How's my week? Am I okay? Like, that be me. Like, ugh.
girl, so it just be totally different. But we just try to spend like as much time as we can with each other. Like we really just like, and we old people like going out to eat. Like, well, I love to eat, but like going out to eat and really watching our shows. Like we got certain shows that we watch and we talk about and stuff like that. But honestly, like we're still navigating it as a new couple in this new phase with the new baby. Before her, oh girl, we used to be Girl, we used to be on shrooms in the daytime. Like, life was so different, even with the kids, because they were older or they was on the
Right.
schedule. Like, they'd go with my mama some weekends. So we just live it all free and shit. So it's just like totally different with a new baby. Because I
Yeah.
mean, she's only 3 months. So it just be like, we ain't got time to really, I ain't even got time to do nothing before I know it. I'm like, God damn, like, listen, I ain't got time to do nothing. I ain't got time to do nothing. My rolls can't even get warm, child, before the kids be on my nerves.
Girl, you don't
Girl,
need
it
that
came
much
in the
time for that
mail.
one. Listen, you don't even need that much time.
2.5.
You get on my nerves. Listen, for real. But that's I think that's interesting because I know it's a big transition. Like it's so many different transitions that's happening in your life. Like moving to a new state in itself is a lot. Moving with
Girl,
kids and a new partner and a new baby, I can only imagine. Like,
girl, everything. I'm just like, that's why I be trying to tell people like who's still in their 20s. I'm like, you're really, now that I look back, I'm like, you still a kid in your 20s. Like, you ain't a kid, but like 20s really is a young adult. Like,
yeah,
a young adult literally is like one step up from being a teenager. Like, for real. You're just figuring it out. Now I be like, oh my gosh, who got therapy? Who gotta go here? Who gotta go there? Who gotta do this? Gotta go to Whole Foods for this, Kroger's for this. This like my mind be everywhere. So we have talked and like implemented a plan. Like, girl, I told him, I'm like, look, we gotta get a cleaning service. Somebody gotta come clean. I don't got the time. I don't have the time. I'm tired. I'm like, my life feel like every day I just wake up, see the baby, throw a load in the washing machine. The same day we pick from the load, clean. Like, no, we need help. So we are trying to outsource, like get a cleaning lady and maybe like get a nanny for a few so we can do certain things. Cause like I always say, healthy relationships, you know, they you have to work for them. You have to put in the work and work towards healthy relationships. They just don't fall out the fucking
right.
sky. So, girl, but we always be talking. I be telling you like how this relationship has like taught me so much about healthy relationships, like
Mm-hmm.
attachment styles, commitment. I'm like, damn, a bitch never really been committed before. Like, I be ready to be like, boy, don't make me disappear. Like, it's just, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is me acting from trauma. Like, now that I'm aware, I be like, damn, look at me, just traumatized. Like, look at what you like. I can just point it out. So it's like you have to
But
find
that's
somebody.
growth.
Yeah, because the old rape was knocking heads off straight like that, straight like that. I'm trying to take your head off your shoulders. Like, who?
That's
I'm
growth.
cussing you out. Like,
Okay.
and now I'm like, oh my god, I can't be like that. I be trying to say other things instead of calling you like a stupid ass. I be like, is your brain working at maximum capacity today? Like,
Something that'll piss you off.
like, so it takes work. Yes, baby, it takes work. I don't know where it said. Look at my bathroom. Look at my bathroom. This ain't for you. Girl, you know the time difference.
I
I
know.
was like, these children, I done bribed them. We go to Target tomorrow if y'all can.
Not the target bride.
Like, who are these children?
Okay, because kids having to bribe them with Target. So, like, how was it with your kids and having someone else new around them? Like, your mental space, was it hard for you to adapt to someone else, like another man being around your kids, you having to trust him with his actions around kids that weren't his? Like, how was that
Oh, hell
transition?
yeah. Hell yeah. Because I'm like, don't make me have to put a cap in your ass. Because I'm killing anybody about my kids. But, hey, Don't be y'all yelling. What the heck? Get out my room. I'm on the phone. She coming back. She's coming back, Merce. Thank you. Um, yeah. So, but again, you have to get a partner who you can communicate with. Because I was very open with Desmond. Like, look, sometimes when I'm asleep, I wake up in the middle of the night, make sure you ain't in there with my kids. Like, that is just my childhood trauma because of what I've been through, because of the pain I've been through. I am very overprotective of my children. But I was very honest with him. That's one thing. Once he said, like, I want to be with you. I'm on the phone. No, go look in your mirror. You got a mirror? Once he said that he wanted to be with me, I started to help him understand the levels of me as a person and where I was at the time. Like, we humans, like, I let him know, like, this is what I done been through, this is what I'm working through. But because of who Desmond is and like what he been through his childhood trauma, it was almost like we was puzzle pieces. Because like he was very experienced with, like, not experienced, that's the wrong word, but he was familiar because he had a relative who dealt with like the same type of trauma I dealt with. So like he was just familiar in like the reactions and the verbiage. So he was just very patient. He was just very patient. Like it was because it was a point in time like we had boundaries. Like of course he wouldn't even help them use the bathroom, like nothing, like, you know. And then as time came on, it just got better. Now shit, my daughter be calling him dad. Like, I don't know. I just be letting her do her thing though. Like, it's not, it's her, like, it's her perspective. Like, but she be like, this my daddy number 2 or my daddy 2.0. She be having all type of shit, but it's her perspective. It's like, it's not a big deal. No, sir. So yeah, so I just say like you have to find some. I think once we release the shame, I released the shame. I was a victim. I was a child. This is how I was abused. This is my trauma. This is whatever. Once you release that, you'll be able to talk about it and just speak up for what you need. So therefore, I need you to respond like this for my kids. So therefore, if you playing with them, you tickling them, if they say no, stop, we gonna no, stop immediately. Like we don't keep playing because that's teaching them like that their words have power. That's teaching them consent. No, that's teaching them all of that. No. Oh
not, not them but
yeah.
saying wrong.
Girl, one asking for coconut oil. I done gave for the coconut oil, and I said, "Can I get soul?" No, Girl, baby, heavy girl. I didn't tell her nothing. Girl, get up out my room.
You know they don't
Get,
like their business being told now.
girl, don't say something. Give me my baby. No, it's y'all. Go ahead to the bed. I'm coming. So yeah, just being honest. Just being honest. Like it's just a process of releasing that shame. Like when I was dating, sometimes you'll be on the phone with a dude and your kids might run in, and I just pick up on the energy. Like, oh, you aggravated? Oh, okay. This will be the last FaceTime. Like we apprised. Like this who we are. But I've
Right.
never had that problem like with Desmond. And with other men too, because it's been that post going around like if just because he's a good man, don't mean he's a good man for you,
How
and
you feel about
that's
that?
real. Girl, that's true.
I I,
I know some good men now.
I
They
think
ain't
it's
for
true
me.
too.
They ain't for me, girl. They ain't for me. I'm telling y'all, if I would have just went with the good man who just came and showed me some things, I would have been with a white man. I would have been with a white man. And everybody would have been like, y'all see Raven with that white man? How she be up in here talking about white people all day? And then now she with that white man. She said, yeah, I would have been talking. I said, I would have been married with a white man, living in my big ass house in California. Yeah, y'all see it. Bling, 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 bling.
You aggravated.
But girl, I just could not. I couldn't. I tried to kiss, and I just, in my head, I was like, his looks so little. I can't do this.
Diana said, yeah, I totally agree. Establish those boundaries. Britt said, let's talk about it, LOL. So me and Britt had that conversation the other day. about what that post that was going around, talking about being a good man and being a good man for you. And I agree. I feel the same way. Like, just because you're a good man don't mean you're the good man for me.
And I don't know why people get confused, because it's the same way vice versa. Do you perceive yourself to be a good woman? Yes. Are you a good woman for every man? No.
No.
It's some things that I just can't deal with. Like, some women can have a man who play on the game all day. I can't. Like, we got shit to do. You got game time. You game time is when this house is in order, everything smooth and flowing. Okay, we got me time, personal time. But that's just what they call that thing, different strokes for different folks, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it just really, really depends. Like, I don't want to be with no nigga who bumping R. Kelly. Like, I don't want to hear that shit in my house. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, does that make you a bad man? No. If you still a good man, that's cool, but you're just not good for me.
Right.
So it's different things. And
that's because we all require different things
exactly
for who we are as an individual. So, like, things that I value, that I care about, you might not care about. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you're just not the guy for me. You can be a great man. And I hate, because it's like, in my mind, it's on some junk like, well, I'm going to just stick around just because you're a good man. I'm going to end up being miserable at the end of the day. Just because you're good. But I don't feel like you're good for me.
And I think we have to, like, have that mindset throughout the relationship, because you can be with somebody 10 plus years and they can be good persons and you can be a good person, but y'all are no longer good for each other, and that is okay. Like, it's just literally okay. I think we demonize endings too much. Like, oh, what happened to stay together? Man, shut the fuck up. What happened to letting people be happy and live their life? Like, if two people can say they have come to an agreement where they are no longer good for each other and they want to support each other and truly love each other, be their best selves and go their separate ways, let them people do that. Everybody want to put their mouth on it. Like, what happened to, I don't want to be like these young folks no more. Vows don't mean shit. They don't. They not even in the Bible. So, like, what the fuck are y'all saying? Like, them vows not even real. That's why I be telling people, like, y'all are repeating some shit that white folks made up in Europe. Them shit's not even in the Bible. To death do us part. Nowhere in the Bible did God say that. Nowhere. That's getting on my religious shit. But it's getting back on my shit of just letting people speak for their soul, because you are going to outgrow some spaces, some people, some relationships, some areas, and that is just life. If you constantly evolving, if you are constantly evolving, you are going to outgrow, like, you are going to outgrow some things, some people. And I think you play yourself short when you be like, no, I gotta stay here because I gotta stay here because I told you. Man, life be fucking happening and shit be changing, and that's why I be telling people, like, women just they're too hard on themselves. They be like, oh, I done had, like, that was me. I done had these children, and I had to look myself in the mirror and be like, well, bitch, you didn't cheat on you. Like, you didn't play on you. You didn't manipulate you. You didn't choke you out. Like, these are all valid reasons that you left. Right? So don't let people warp you into believing that you were supposed to stay because you made a commitment, right? You know your relationship with God, and my God loved me so much that he don't want my ass getting beat. He don't want me being sad and crying miserable tears. My God loved me that much that he's making room and making space for me to meet somebody who loved me and my fucking children. And even if I stop fucking with Des today, because I do have the type of personality that I'm gonna leave your ass where you at if you're not on some real shit. If you're not on some real shit, I'm gonna leave you where you at. But I still know that when I was with you, my intentions was pure. I showed up my best self. I did the best I could do with what I had. And baby, but listen, you only got one life. And if motherfuckers really think I'm about to live my life in physical hell on earth, you crazy. You crazy. I deserve better than that. And y'all aunties really want to leave y'all uncles, but they afraid of what the church gonna say.
Shut up, girl.
They say as soon as that nigga died, they like, whoo, I was waiting on you, boy. Like, they are ready to go, okay? Like, they are
y'all aunties really want to leave y'all uncles, but
for real, literally like I asked somebody, and this is crazy. I asked Sean, so I asked my ex-husband's grandma, right? Because I used to go to her like, and I just can't believe she's like, let me tell you something right now. If it was this time when I met Sean, I would have been left his ass. And that right there put it all in perspective for me, okay? Because for real, older women wish they had the strength and the courage that we had, wish they had the resources that we had to be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't gotta stay for this. I don't gotta stay for this. And I think another thing, women play themselves so small, like it's the whole world. People be thinking like, I'm never gonna meet a man. No, you not. Keep going to room service in Columbia every fucking Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like, no, the fuck you not. Save your money and take your ass overseas. Save your money and take your ass to New York. Save your money and go on a fucking vacation.
Okay.
Like, and meet some people.
Do something different.
Exactly. I'm never gonna. Niggas ain't shit. Yeah, because
My
you're in
girl
room
up
service.
tonight, child.
You in room service every weekend. Them niggas don't know shit. Like, girl, go to an art gallery in San Francisco. You might bump into somebody.
Exactly.
Like, shock yourself.
That's a fact. You definitely got to change environments and transition to do things differently. It's just inevitable to think about. You do the same things, you're gonna get the same results in any area of your life. Like, it's no way you feel like you can continue to do something and you see the results that you're getting, but in your mind, you just gotta be crazy. Like, but I done been there before, just thinking, I can find me a good this, I can do this and that. But it's like at some point, them wires gonna get to clicking, and you're gonna be like, all right, now this ain't been working out, so I got to switch it up and do something different.
Girl,
like,
do
insanity shot.
Girl, that was me. Like, at some point, it's like, I was like, at some point, you want to stop fucking with the nigga who, like, got you with these diamond nickel bags. Like, what kind of...
Who got girls coming busting out your car windows and doing crazy stuff. You, at some point, you got to change it. Change it up. Like, this ain't life. Life don't got to be this way. The cycle does not have to repeat itself continuously. I ain't got to live like this. Yeah.
That was
yeah.
me. That was me. I was like, oh, I don't have to live like this. Like,
me too.
And I'm telling you, my life was up ever since. And even in just dating phases. And I'm telling people, dating phase is the most, to me, is one, it's very fun because it's like, it's literally like playing a video game almost. Like, you can be like, nope, not working. Like, nope, not working. I think what people, they like pick and choose. They're like, oh yeah, well, I like this about him. And then now you're trying to make yourself or make him be this too, because then he'll be like your full package. But nah, the this that you like about him, you gotta ask yourself, is this enough to sustain me? Like, is this enough that I would want to be like, girl? That's why I be asking, like, let me tell you something. I ain't changed my Twitter bio yet. That shit said leave this nigga today, because I am on some. You don't want to do what? What is it? What? Because wait, like, there's nothing I can't do. And having a man and a partner is the least of my damn worries. For real, and I think we just have to get back into abundance mindset. No, they might not be in Columbia or Atlanta, but once you start opening yourself up to more, you will start meeting more people. And that's something my mentor, Casey, she always, like, she got different affirmations for me. And one of her affirmations, she tell me all the time, she was like, you have not met all the people who want to love you yet. She always tell me that. She's like, you have not met all the people. And then just her story, like, she met her man like in Zanzibar, Africa, or some shit. Like, on a vacation. Like, again, hello. Your man literally might be at the airport. I used to tell you that all the time. Like, you might bump into him at Whole Foods at Trader Joe's.
Right. You definitely used to tell me that all the time. Like, girl, get out the house. Go do stuff. Go places. Go do what you like. Yes, you're going to get your little food. You might find him at this. I'd be like, okay, I guess I can go do different things.
Yeah, you just never know. I
can say once I started doing a lot more for, like, myself and channeling my energy into me and doing the things for me, that's when, it was so...
Yes, you gotta treat yourself like you want to be treated for
Treat it.
real.
Yeah.
And it takes time. I know people, especially women who like in depression or very sad, like it does take time. It's not a practice, but start off small. It could be literally like, I'm gonna get up and brush my teeth today and wash my face and do my facial routine, and I am going to put on clothes and I'm gonna make me a nice breakfast.
Yes.
So honestly, you literally just did what you would want your partner to do if you was having a depressed day. How you made yourself get up. You want your partner to go in there, come on, babe, come brush your teeth, come wash your face, because that's what men do. Like, I've had men in my life, like, come on, like, make sure you eat in. Yeah, girl, you telling me. You telling me. Like, make sure you eat in, like, make sure it's food on your stomach. So, like, you have to start ushering that energy in so you can know, like, you deserve that and be welcoming of that. So then when you have it, you don't run it off. It ain't, too shocking,
Yeah.
because sometimes we do that. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but we do.
That's true. That's true. Yes, I love it. I love it. So, anything you want to leave with the folks? Let me see. I feel like I missed a lot of comments. A lot of people, girl, when you was going in, it was like, yes, yes. That's all I saw. Anything you want to leave with us? I know dating has been different from when you were younger to being married.
Girl, this shit's scary. I hear it was better when I was younger.
Girl, when you're in high school, you don't really got that many kids in the world. You with
And when
little
you in
people
high
that's
school, like, niggas not straight up saying stuff like, if I take you on a date, you supposed to give me the pussy. Like, rah! That's scary.
right.
Like,
Relax. Hey,
am
Tori, love you.
I gotta shoot you? Like, in high school, I ain't have high school, college, none of that. Honestly, I've had none of those experiences. I only see them like on social media. Um, I don't want to be like, oh, it's because I only hang with real niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my friends are real niggas. I only like, I never really had to be on the op shit. I've only had real weirdo experiences with people. It's when I'm around weirdo people, like, who be thinking that's okay. I don't hang with people like, if I don't even have homeboys who think that's acceptable. That is not acceptable nowhere in my book. I don't even have Facebook friends who be thinking, as soon as I see somebody talk about dating on my profile and they starting to take that far left take, like, oh, if I get you a 2 for $20 from Chili's and you don't want to give the pussy, unfriend, unfriend, sir. You're deranged and unhinged, and
Yeah,
it's
because
scary.
that's wild. That's real wild.
Yeah, it's giving rapist. So, yeah, I tell these women, first of all, for real, no cap. If anybody know me, I really, really love black women, for real. I love black women. I love black women. I love black women. For real. I don't even want it to be a surprise one day if y'all see me and I'm like 45 and I'm gay. I just don't even want it to be a shock. Like, it might be a thing. Like, I don't know. I just want y'all to be
Get on
like,
my
I remember
nerves.
that girl said that one time when she was on Janae Thing. She said she might, for real. I just love women, like, for real. I do. Niggas just be like, I be like, what's going on here? Like, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. But for real, women have to stay vigilant and, like, have to stay protected, because I am a survivor, but I'm really big on just protecting. A lot of men, you have to, for real, and I'm not even being funny. You have to pay attention to who they listening to, who they taking their information to. Like how we're having this conversation casually. There are many podcasts going on, but there are idiots who are running the podcast with idiot points of views, with idiot listeners, and one of them idiot ass niggas is gonna be the niggas in your DMs, and you have to know how to decipher through an idiot and through somebody who got a good head on their shoulder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in these times of dating. So just tell yourself, once you make that list of these are your non-negotiables, you stand on that. And just protect yourself. Like, I don't know, the numbers just make me so eerie of like how many black women are just dying like at the hands of like violence and like misogyny and like just intimate partner violence. Like, it just makes me so scared for women who really desire harmony and love, because they deserve those things and how to get it in this world. And I think one thing is just staying protected up. And that just means, look, if if I say no, it's no. And if you thinking it's a yeah, I'm never going to talk to you again. And I think that's one thing a lot of Black women don't do because we are so gentle and we're so soft hearted. We would give a fool another chance, and we'd be like, maybe he was just tripping. No, don't do
Right.
that.
Right.
Don't do that. So I think that's my only advice is just for women to really get in tune with themselves, to really know what you deserve. And what you deserve, you don't have to beg for, you don't have to repeat yourself for. And what you deserve, you usher in a partner, you manifest a partner who wanna give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Who wanna give you that. So then you can relax in it and not have your guard up, because what's love if you can't be free in it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's it. But I'm rooting for all my girls. I'm trying to have. I want all my girls to be in love. I want all my girls to live their dreams. They deserve it.
Yes.
I want them to be having babies. Whatever, girl. Like
Yes.
I'm rooting for all my sisters, girl. As long as none of got no weird shit, I'm rooting for it.
I love it. I love it. Well, honey, I always appreciate when you come through because you always talk that talk.
Yes.
So, hey, girl. Hey, honey. Looking like your mama. Hey, girl.
Girl, yeah. I'm like, damn, this nigga done baby mama me. What the hell? I cannot believe I can't believe I got an infant. Okay, I cannot believe I got an infant. Okay, but yes, I'm rooting for everybody, and I'm proud of you, Nay. Keep going.
Thank you, honey.
I can't wait to interview you.
Yes, because
I'm
I like to be
Carisha, please.
I like to be on this side of the spectrum.
I'm be like Carisha, girl. That girl funny. Well, that's me for real. That is
Britt
me.
said she's so adorable.
Girl,
Christian said
thank
it's
you,
the baby
Brittany.
for me. That's your twin.
Girl, about time. About time.
Literally,
About
that's
time.
your twin.
I know. I worked so hard. I did. Yeah, I hated my whole pregnancy, so I deserved it. I got on my nerves the worst.
Not you got on your own nerves the worst.
Girl, you knew you was my friend. I used to be complaining like every day. I'm like, I can't wait to have this baby. I'm just
Literally.
Yep.
But yes, tell the people about your podcast before we get
Oh,
out of here.
Yeah. So y'all just tune in. It is on Spotify. Free My Homegirls, and it's just more conversations like this, just chopping it up, just about just really understanding our culture and this being a free Black woman in our culture, being open to receive the love that we deserve, and really how to get that after trauma. That is a big thing as a trauma survivor. So yes, free my homegirls, because I want all my girls to get out of jail, because they is just in prison with these busted and disgusted as niggas and men, and just like going through trauma and just going through the cycles of like bullshit. And I just want to free them from that, because it is better, as the old folks say, I can do bad all by myself. I can do bad all by myself. And it is better to do bad by yourself than with a scrub, okay? Because they really, really do hold you back. So yeah, so just tune in on Spotify, Free My Homegirls, and I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm really just here. I'm just supporting everybody.
Thank you, honey, my creative ass friend. She's so great when it comes to so many things. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So this wraps up. Jamal, you always come in late.
I'm about to say with the eyes.
Yes, always here late.
Oh yeah, Britt. Wait till I get my coins up, because I know Britt. Britt. I gotta talk to you and Britt about some other stuff. But I know get my coins up. I can give me my little free my homegirl sign, okay? Because I gotta have I'm setting up my little area.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, but yes, I'm here for it. Yes, Jamal late with the video.
Yeah, he's talking about late. Yes, you are. You always be late, and when we wrapping things up, you be wanting to pull up.
You gotta bring him on here, girl. He swear he a male guru.
I do. Inbox me, because we need to. Yeah, you need to come on the show in February. You can be the first male guest.
Hello.
So all right, honey. Love you too. Appreciate you as usual. This is another episode of the Matrimony Dating Show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Next week we got another guest. So we're doing things a little differently. You know, we're gonna have a few guests here and there, and we're gonna talk about different topics with the different guests. Bring him for the polygamy episode. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Let's talk about it, because yeah.
Girl, they can barely take care of one woman and they want to take care of her. Get the fuck up out of here. Bring me on here too, goddamn it.
You can come right on back.
Polygamy.
Y'all barely got it together with one.
Exactly. Sometimes you're stressed out, you're tired, I ask for too much. But you want 2 of me? You want 4 of me?
Right.
Oh, okay.
You think it's gonna be easier? Child.
Just gonna, you know.
I love the format. New stuff here. Ah, thanks, girl. So yes, next week we'll be back with another guest. When we got the money, we're gonna do the love tank that I kind of told y'all about, where anybody can send a request and come on. They can kind of pitch your little self, you know, who you are.
That's dope.
You're single, whatever, ready to mingle, that type of thing. So see y'all.
See ya.
Next week.